Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to do a Q&A, a good old-fashioned sit-down chatty Q&A. I did actually film a bit of a chat catch-up life update video about a month ago, but when I asked for questions on Instagram, there were loads of topics and things that you guys wanted to know more on that I haven't really given you an update on yet. So do make sure you watch my vlogs because I do talk about a lot of things regularly in the vlogs, the home ones specifically. Wow, what was that difficult for me? Anyway, I've broken the questions down into business and work stuff, Disney and travel, and then health, home and Bonnie, and then at the end there's a couple of Christmas questions as well. So the first one that came in was, how are you? I think this is always a really nice question to start with on a Q&A, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you for asking such nice questions. I have the nicest community of people over on Instagram. You're all very respectful of what you ask and how you ask it, and I just want to say thanks. It means a lot to me. So I am doing very good, thank you. I have had a year of a lot of personal growth, and I've been working massively on my fitness and health and my diet and routines and mental well-being. It's been a very big year for focusing on me. Just been trying to get myself in a good headspace, because the beginning of the year I started out in a not so great space, and I actually got some therapy, and I did group therapy online virtually, which worked really well for me. And then over the last few months, I've been working with a variety of different sort of health coaches and well-being people in that industry. And then I joined David Lloyd gyms, which I fell in love with. And now I have a PT, which I'll talk about a bit later because one of the questions asked about that. And going to the gym regularly and doing things that help me, that I know help me, has just given me a lot of balance and stability in my life. I just feel very content, and I wake up a lot of days with a lot of gratitude and love and excitement. I'm working on loads of fun things, and yeah, I just feel like I'm in a good place right now. Things are really good. Had a couple of health things come up family wise. Some of my family had COVID, unfortunately. My brother just found out he has type 1 diabetes. So as a family, we've been sort of trying to navigate some of that. Ben just currently ill with a chest infection, so it's all been a bit wild, but luckily everyone is doing good, so no complaints. And I feel really good too, especially since I've been working out and everything and exercising regularly. I just feel great, so thank you, I'm good. We're going to talk about a few business and work related questions that came in next. So who or what inspired you to start vlogging? I started vlogging, well, I started making YouTube videos 10 years ago in 2011, and I used to watch other people. So people like the Anna Edit, Fleur de Force, Louise Pentland, Zoella, like all of the OG Brit crew, if you like. I used to watch all of them all the time, and I just wanted to give it a go. I never ever thought that people would actually watch my vlogs, but they did. And then as the years have gone on, I've just found my style, and I just love filming. I love vlogging. I find it really therapeutic. And you know when and some of you might relate, if you have a job that you do and you just feel like you're destined to do it, or you think you're good at it. I just feel like when I turn on the camera or I'm vlogging, I feel like I'm meant to be doing this. And that is always really satisfying. So other women in the industry inspired me, and then as the years have gone on, it's just been a lot of influences and people and support, brands I've worked with, and yeah, I just feel like my channel's changed a lot, but I'm really proud of it, and I really do love my channel, so please subscribe if you haven't already. It'll mean a lot. Do you approach brands or do you wait for them to contact you? A bit of both, actually. I used to always approach brands I wanted to work with, but I've been very fortunate that over the last sort of year or two, I've not needed to do as much outreach. So a lot of brands do come to me, and I do often re-pitch out to brands I've worked with before. But yeah, it's a bit of a balance. It depends. Like this time of year, November, December time is the busiest for all of us because it's Black Friday and Christmas, and a lot of brands want to promote their products. So I'm having to be quite selective on who I want to work with. But actually I was fully booked for the rest of the year on YouTube about a month or so ago. So I love the brands I work with, and you'll often see a lot of repeat brands with me. Brands like Big Potato Games, Readly, Wild, Cineworld, HelloFresh. These are all brands that I have a really good relationship with, and I love working with them, and they're very easy to work with. Yeah, I don't have to necessarily pitch out to them again. Sometimes they come back to me, but I'm really lucky with the amount of brands that like working with me. It means a lot. What's the brand collaboration you're most proud of, either from this year or your entire career? I have a dream brands list, and I have worked with most of them on my list, which blows my mind considering I'm actually quite a small content creator. I have under 100,000 subscribers at the moment. It actually just every year the goalposts change for me in terms of what I deem as like the most successful, the biggest, and it's not necessarily about the time. Like sometimes I get booked in for 3 or 6 month jobs. Sometimes I can work on one-off campaigns and they're just amazing. There's lots of different reasons why a brand collaboration is like amazing for me, especially ones where I get to travel. So like P&O Cruises, going to the Caribbean with them was absolutely mind-blowing. All the Med Sailors trips I've ever done, working with attraction tickets, go to Disney, and actually working with Disney themselves as well on Shop Disney and Disney Plus was so cool. Cineworld, I love. Yeah, I could list you off loads of brands. I mean, this year I've worked with TK Maxx, love them. Visit England, that was an amazing opportunity this year, like the tourist board, hello, so cool. Elegant Touch, M&S, Desenio, Popsa, Vision Direct, Cricket, love them. Blue Microphones, Blinkist, Valiant are a newer company I've worked with. I've just had so many amazing campaigns. Primark was a really cool one, I worked with them. I've worked on so many things and had so many incredible experiences. It would be hard for me to pinpoint just one, but maybe our Walt Disney World trip in 2018 with attraction tickets. I would say that was up there as probably one of the best holidays and best experiences, and they're just so easy to work with. So that could be up there very high, but also, like I said, my P&O cruise was amazing. I've just had so many amazing trips. I'm very lucky. So yeah, there's been quite a few. What is your typical day working from home, and do you work every day or have days off? So I don't necessarily have a typical day because each week and each day is so different. For example, next week I'm away from Tuesday to Thursday. I'm in Manchester and London for events and an award ceremony. But I guess a typical day, I wake up about 7 with Bonnie, we go for a walk, and I try and focus on emails and admin. I film videos like this. I try and edit them as quickly as possible. I might be recording the podcast or editing it, emails, reviewing contracts, shooting Instagram content, ads for brands, stories. There's just so many things that I do with my working day. Every day can be so different, but yeah, I guess most of the time I'm here at home and filming and editing, and I try and get out for a couple of walks a day with Bonnie, and I stop and cook meals obviously, and I like to go to the gym as well just to get out. Things like the cinema and going for a shop or meeting up with a friend for a coffee, stuff like that is what I try to keep my days balanced. So I don't always work like 9 or 10 hours straight, because I used to do that in an office and I hated it, and I don't have to do that anymore. So yeah, sometimes I can work for a couple of hours. Sometimes I might actually start work at like 5 p.m. and work until midnight or 1 a.m. I actually really like doing that, especially in the evenings. It's nice and quiet. My emails are quiet. But because I don't have any management or anything like that, I do everything behind the scenes. So some weeks are crazy busy and others are quieter. I hope that makes sense. But yes, I do have days off. I try and dedicate weekends to be with Benj. Sometimes we are vlogging our weekends, but yeah, I will always have days off. But I think most of the time it's because I have maybe a morning of work and an afternoon of not. So I don't always dedicate days off. Like I don't have like every Friday off, for example. Like anything could come up at any time, and I'm always doing bits of work each day. Okay, a couple of Disney and travel questions. What is your top Walt Disney World ride, snack and restaurant? My top ride is maybe either Flight of Passage or Expedition Everest in Animal Kingdom, both in Animal Kingdom. I love both rides a lot. In terms of snack, it's a Rice Krispie treat for me. I absolutely love them. And in terms of restaurant, if it's a quick service, I really like Satu'li Canteen in Animal Kingdom, or Yak and Yeti quick service for the honey chicken and the little cheesecake. Oh, so good. Or if we're doing a sit down fancy-ish meal, then I really loved Le Cellier in the Canadian part of Epcot. So there we go. Any international trips planned besides Walt Disney World? Yes, I am hoping to go out to Palma in Mallorca next month. It's a work trip. I'm going solo, but meeting friends and the company that I'm sort of going to this conference and week with them. It's a bit of a long story. The company's called Traverse, and it's their Traverse 21 week of experiences and working with the tourist board and going to a conference where I'm going to go and attend like seminars and learn lots of stuff, hopefully. And yeah, I've got my own little Airbnb. I paid for the whole trip myself and I paid for the tickets myself. So nothing has been gifted to me. So I'm just going out there just for the experience and to network and just have a little trip away. I'm really, really excited. I didn't think it was happening, to be honest, but it's looking like it's very promising. So fingers crossed. The next section is health, home and Bonnie. Could we have a coil update? Yes, because it's been 2 years since I got the coil. I honestly thought it was a year ago. I checked my old video, it was 2019. So I will leave a link to my coil video, getting the coil and that whole experience. But I had been on Microgynon, the green pills for almost 10 years. Yeah, 10 years. And then I had been with Benj for 3-4 years at that point, coming up to 5 years now. And I knew that we weren't planning for any children, so it made the most sense to look into the coil. My mum had it, a couple of my friends had it. I heard actually fairly good things. I know it's sort of a mixed bag when it comes to the coil. Most of my friends don't like the idea of it, but it's changed my life completely. My periods slowed down after a couple of months and then they just stopped. So I've had no periods, pregnancies, pain or pills for the last almost 2 years. So yeah, absolutely mind-blowing. And yeah, it's just been amazing. I don't have any issues with it. I don't know what else to tell you. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's just brilliant. Like, I just can't believe I didn't do it sooner. I would always recommend you speak to a doctor or professional or somebody who knows you and your body best, but just on a personal experience, it's been great for me. Yeah. Love it. How do you keep a positive mindset? I had quite a lot of questions like this, and I'm going to take this as a huge compliment because I've been working so hard on having a positive mindset. And I actually felt like I took a turn with trying to be more positive when I discovered the law of attraction, and I watched The Secret on Netflix, which is not, again, for everyone, but after that, that was like 2018-ish, 2017, 18, something like that, I practice putting out things I want to achieve or do into the universe. And I'm a big believer that like things flow to me and what's meant to be mine will come to me. And I wake up every day and write 3 things I'm grateful for, 3 things I'm looking forward to that day. I use an app called Journal. I'll leave a link to it below. And then at the end of the day, I write down 3 things that went well or how I could improve on the day. And I think having that 5 minutes of reflection each day really sets me up to be in a positive mental frame of mind. Obviously not every day is positive. Obviously I have times where I'm very stressed or feeling not so positive like any human being, but I think it has come down to working massively on my mental well-being this year and my physical health, and also cutting out toxic people and energy. I need to only have good grounded people that lift me up, that support me, that understand me. I'm very protective of the space and people that are in my day-to-day life. I think a combination of all those things helps me stay positive. But I did make a whole video on habits. I think it's like 15 or 20 habits that I do that make me feel more positive. So I'll leave that below for you, just in case that's something you're interested in. I talk a little bit more about things I've done or do that have changed my life. I'd love to hear how you're getting on with your PT, also how the utility room is coming along. PT is going so good. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I actually worked with a health, wellbeing and fitness coach, and we worked virtually via Zoom and WhatsApps, and I did like a 90-day program where we focused on my food. We looked at like counting calories and exercise and helping support me transitioning from being in a chiropractor for 6 months and how I was going to build myself back up again and get stronger and fitter. And after I finished with him, I then chose to go join a gym, and David Lloyd has been just amazing. I love it there. And then I decided to have an actual PT because although I had a coach who gave me workouts to do, I felt like I hate going to the gym. This is the problem. I don't always like actually getting there, but once I'm there and I'm in the gym, I really enjoy it. So a PT just gives me the chance to not worry about what I have to do when I get there. And he can also keep an eye on my back and any sort of muscle pain or areas I need to work on. He just has such a good positive outlook. He's very like happy all the time and we get on really well. We're like good friends, and I'm really grateful for him to train me twice a week at the moment, which is a bit mad, but I really enjoy it. I feel stronger. Like I did the leg press today and he put on more and more weights today, and I just kept feeling the weight in the power in my legs, and I was like, I got this, yes. It was so good. So yeah, I love PT. It's very expensive. I spend an absolute fortune, I can't lie, but I do see the value in it personally. And the utility room, it's coming along okay. It's such a slow process because we were having plumbing issues and the sink wasn't fitting, the tap wasn't fitting around the sink, and then the actual plumbing stuff for the sink wasn't the right sizes, and it's been a whole journey. I'd like to hope it gets done by Christmas at this rate, but yeah, just kind of relying on Benji's dad, and he's been working a lot and he's not always around, so it's just whenever he's free. I mean, we could employ a plumber to come in and fix it all for us, but why spend that money when we have lovely family who help us out? Thank you, Benji's dad. What's the best thing that's happened to you this week? I like this question. Benj and I have booked a trip for next year, other than the Florida one. I'm not going to show what it is yet or when it is, but we have put a deposit down for a trip, and I'm just excited to be going on holidays again and doing things and traveling. So yeah, I guess I'll share that more with you close to the time. I'm really excited about it. That's the best thing that's happened this week, is having trips booked in. Love it. What's your next dream purchase? Hot tub for the garden. A lot of you know we love a hot tub. Every time we go to an Airbnb or we stay away, we try and book a hot tub. But actually they're really, really expensive. They are a pain to keep clean. And we like the luxury of just, well, not the luxury, like the novelty of enjoying one every time we go away. Actually, yeah, the luxury as well. But we don't need one in our house. I don't think the garden space is quite big enough either. And yeah, I'm just quite happy enjoying a hot tub when I can. Dream purchase. We actually really would like a new car next year. We're focusing on travels again and holidays. So we're putting our money to that experiences, because like the car, there's nothing wrong with our cars, but we're thinking about selling both mine and Benji's and having a joint shared car, because he has a work van that he uses, and so I could use the shared car in the week and he could use it at the weekend. So we're trying to think of a way. Plus I've had my Citroen C1. I've had 3 in the last 10 years. I've had the one I've got now since 2015, and I'm kind of ready for like something a little bit nicer. I love my car and it's great for me. So that would be the next dream purchase, like bigger one. What's your favourite thing about Bonnie? Oh, we haven't talked about Bonnie yet. My favourite thing is that she just absolutely adores me. She loves me so much. She wants to be around my feet all the time. She loves being cuddled. She loves getting into bed and sleeping on the bed with us. Like, she doesn't sleep on our bed at night, but in the morning she does. She's so easy to please and love, and she's just like a family member. I just think a lot of people just see dogs as pets, and yeah, they are, but she is so much more than that to me. She's my absolute world and my bestie, and I love her so much. So yeah, there's loads of things I love about Bonnie. She's so funny. She's got such a personality, and I love when she brings me her toys. Sometimes I like Bonnie better than I like humans, because she just cuddles me and loves me, and that's sometimes all I need and want in a day. Would you ever consider getting a second dog? Bon is so cute. Thank you. We have talked about it. I would love another dog, but actually for the sake of Bonnie, we think she's quite happy as a solo dog right now. We have watched her with other dogs. She's very good with other dogs, and when we take her to friends' houses or to like the parks and stuff like that, she's always good, but she's not bothered by other dogs. Like, you know how some dogs need other dogs as companions and stuff? Bonnie's very much a people dog, not a dog. And when I say that, I mean she just craves our attention rather than other dogs. So I'm not sure if introducing a second dog would be right for her right now, but I'm very aware that of her age and that we probably only have 3 or 4 years with her. And would I want to get another dog before oh, I don't want to say it out loud, but you know what I'm trying to say. Yes, we have talked about it, but I just don't think, I don't know. Not yet. Maybe in the future, not right now. Couple of Christmas questions to round off this Q&A. Have you started Christmas shopping? Yes, I have. I start my Christmas shopping in July/August every year. And that is because I have my mum and 3 of my close girlfriends within 2 weeks of each other. So I do all of their birthdays in June and July. And then once the birthdays are done and I know what I've bought them for their birthdays, I start thinking about Christmas. And so I already have, I would say, probably about half of my gifts. When are you going to do your Christmas tree this year? Good question. I don't know when, guys, because I'm going on my trip at the end of November, so I can't decide whether to put it up before my trip, like mid-November, or to do it after, but we're not going to be here for Christmas, so I want the tree to be up for enough time to enjoy it, so I'm thinking maybe mid-November, which, look, it makes sense because I have 2 trips, one at the end of November and one at the end of December. So I want enough time for it to be up, but also it really depends on when the utility room's done because at the moment there's no space for my tree. So yeah. And the last question is, are you going on a ski trip this Christmas? And sadly, no, we are not able to go skiing this year, especially having Bonnie. So we're actually off to the Cotswolds for Christmas. We're going to be staying in a little cottage and we're going to be there for the 2nd week. So Benji has 2 weeks off at Christmas. The first week, we're going to be distributing our time between our families. And then the 2nd week, we're going to be spending it in the Cotswolds. We're actually staying near Chipping Norton. So I don't think we're going to squeeze in a trip this season, I'm going to be honest. I really wanted to, and I've bought the most amazing new ski gear as well. I haven't worn yet, so we will get back on the slopes, we will. Just not right now, but yeah. It's just, I'm grateful for any trips we get in, so we'll see how things go. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this chatty Q&A. Please let me know in the comments if you'd like more videos like this, and I will see you again in my next ones. Bye!